Jerome is out here moving like this, episode 1, there is absolutely no hope for this family. It's over. It's over. Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tyra here with another struggle review, here to discuss Snowfall season 6 episode 1, The Fallout. Now before we get into all things, where do we go from here? I need you guys to drop down and subscribe to my channel and like this video. I'm going to give you guys a moment to do that, and then we're going to come back and discuss. You know, out of all the people, I don't expect behavior like this from Jerome. Like, there is blame to be had on several parts, especially when it comes to Franklin. But when it comes to the corruption of Jerome, I blame Louis. It was Louis, like, what, all Jerome ever wanted to do was sell speakers. Why y'all just couldn't go off and be happily married like you had to be on your conquest for power? Oh!
Go back.
Now that you guys have hopefully subscribed to see more of me, let's get into this episode. Now we pick up where we left off from season 5, and we are dealing with the aftermath of Franklin rolling up, catching bodies, and taking the money from Jerome and Louis, along with kilos of cocaine. Like, Franklin took everything, did not leave any crumbs. But we also get into the trickling down effect that nobody seems to notice at this moment but Jerome, of who this is really affecting. We get into little Tisha. She is here at the beginning of this episode, and I believe the ending of episode 2, as to say we are taking fathers, uncles, brothers, mothers, cousins, families, like lives are being ruined. All because of this quest for power, a family feud, and what Franklin feels like has been stolen from him. Not only do I want and need my money back, but I also want to go and live the American dream with my money, with my girl V, and our newborn baby. But how many lives do we have to take to do that? While you are so worried about your baby, we have mothers and fathers being taken away. But as Jerome only seems to notice, this is what comes along with being in this lifestyle, and I just don't know if I want it anymore. This is what we are signing up for, child. We ain't even gonna get into Trix and Ronnie having them kids in the backseat on the way to do a drop. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, it really tragically sinks in this episode that it is no longer about the family. Because the way that Franklin is moving in this episode, it is strictly tunnel vision, and he is just void of giving a damn about anything outside of his own agenda. I want my money back. Not only did I roll up and take your coke, take your drugs, but I am also going to take all of your clients in your business and sell the product that I just stole at a cheaper price to, like, Jerome's low-key bestie. Like, how exactly did you think that this was gonna go? There is still some loyalty amongst thieves, which completely puts Black and Dallas in jeopardy later, but Franklin is not worrying about that. First of all, you need a little bit more security and people surrounding you than just Black and Dallas. You no longer have anybody to have your back. I miss me some Leon and Wanda, who went to Africa. You know, the trees was a different color blue. Leon went to Africa with Wanda. Like, I am absolutely here for it. Leon say, y'all got too much going on. I'm done with this lifestyle. I am just simply tired and I want to be somewhere else. And I'm taking my baby Wanda with me. Gonna call her, yeah, you took that crackhead ass. Mind your business. Mind your business. Wanda is beautiful, okay? Took Wanda and went to Africa, and I am here for it. And I will be patiently waiting for them to return. But Franklin has completely ruined their business overnight, and I am not at all surprised. It's just like, what exactly did y'all think he was gonna do? Like, I wish that we could have went about this another way, but it's just like, I asked you for help. The answer is what you gave me, and this is the result that we are getting. And we also get into Louis being Louis, like, you know, it is what it is. I've always seen Franklin for what he is. You guys insist on looking at him as a little boy, like he's this, he's that, and the third. But yeah, what you are not understanding that regardless of what Franklin may be, I love how she tried to, you know, sprinkle on after Franklin didn't answer the phone call. You know, he pulled a gun out on me and he threatened to kill. Girl, shut up! Shut up, Louis. Always adding gasoline. Like, you really expect for this uncle and this brother to make, you know, just this overnight turn to just turn and what, kill his nephew and just say F his sister? It does not work that way. Now, it is never just gonna be all Louis, even though she gets on my nerves. Jerome, you are a grown ass man. Like, what did you expect to happen? Where did you expect for this to go? With how hesitant and resistant he was, you know, when Louis went behind the family's back, you know, cut the whole deal with Teddy, and it's just like, oh no, it's gonna be all right, and you know, you can't, you know, expect for me to go against my family. I won't. That's not, you know, something that I am willing to do. It's just like, I would never. It won't come to that. Like, he should have really stood his ground. Even though they have done tons of things that they just can't come back from, at the point of them getting married, Jerome wants nothing more than to be done with all of this and just be settled and just be happy. But Louis, on the other hand, she has been lusting and lingering for an opportunity to say, I'm in charge, DJ, I'm in charge. Like, girl, oh my God. I just really wish that they could, you know, just go off and have bliss. We see here, of course, that they didn't even make it to go on a real honeymoon because we have to deal with the consequences of you wanting to be in charge. Like, please don't kill Jerome. Please. If we lose Jerome this season, like, don't kill Jerome. With Franklin completely shutting down their business, we get into V needing to get more involved. We need to clean the money. He wants her to fly out to Miami, launder it, get it into a real bank, and let's just move forward accordingly. V is out here acting like she don't know who she's having a baby with. You said that, and you need to go. Like, girl, I am just so over V acting all of, I can't see, I'm blind. Like, girl, you know who Franklin is. You knew who he was before you know, made him your baby daddy. Like, that whole allure of, you know, this is it. We are gonna be, you know, happily ever after, walk off into the sunset with that $73 million. That has been deaded for a minute. And the moment that it started to escalate, you stayed, you've been here. I need you to get this money to Miami, to the bank, clean it. You need to do this for us. We are no longer leaving large sums of money just randomly in spots. Like, that's how they just got, and that's how I got by Peaches, who I am still looking for. Y'all think Peaches took, like, what? I just don't see Peaches just robbing Franklin. Like, where the hell is Peaches? Peaches! Where, Peaches, pick up the phone! Where the hell is Peaches? Now we know, of course, what is going on with Peaches and him being sick and not doing well, but just Peaches taking some money and just running off and disappearing into thin air, that just does not make any sense. But we have hired a secret agent man to look for Peaches and also get the drop on Teddy, who we are about to get into long-faced Teddy. But V is giving total pushback. She is much like Sissy, wanting to play that peacemaker. I love how similar V is to Sissy. Of course, you know, you always marry your mother. And you know, that whole straddling the fence of, I really don't want to get involved, but I you know, I'm still a good person and I just want to make amends, and you need to, you know, go talk to your family and make everything all hunky-dory and wholesome again, as if they don't know the lifestyle that Franklin is in. Yes, Franklin is your loving son or your loving man, soon to be baby daddy, but Franklin is also the same person out here catching bodies, out here doing underhanded deals, rolling up to the hospital on Kane's people, you know, sorry for your loss, but you know, y'all trying to buy this product from a nigga. Like, man, like, this is not the time. Like, read the room. V, you know exactly what this is. That's why even though you would like for the family to break bread and make amends, we went ahead and hopped our ass on a plane and took that money to Miami. Side note, they are trying their best yet again from last season to, you know, make us give V the side eye. Like last season, everybody swear to God that V was a whole federale out here. Like, oh, she with the feds, she a cop, she undercover. Something is not right about V. Now, I do see that they heard the public cries as far as V's appearance is concerned. Not that she is not a beautiful girl, but just when it came to these looks, her hair, her makeup, I know that they are going for, you know, this minimalistic thing with V. You know, she isn't a glamour girl. She isn't, you know, she isn't Louis. Like, I don't need all of that. Like, she is more in the vein of Sissy. But it was something about the way that they were doing her wardrobe, her makeup, those terrible wigs. She got some new wigs, but I just wish they would let her wear her natural hair. There is a scene where she's talking to Franklin and you see her natural bun. Like, let her natural shit flourish. Like, what are we doing? But they put some lashes on her and, you know, they tried to make the outfits a little better. And then we also have this moment where, you know, she's flying out and she hopped out the car like, new lashes, new baby, new wig, who's this? And Franklin's like, damn, where you going? Like, oh, you know, they are doing this thing where they are trying to make V appear to be untrustworthy because we are putting a whole lot of stock into V. As far as she is concerned, and Franklin, they will be the only ones, you know, whose names are on the account, who has access to the money. And, you know, we are well known that her mother is a little sneaky. So it's just like, there is a possibility that V could be up to no good. And, you know, Franklin gave that, yeah, baby. Like, lift that shirt up, there ain't no prosthetic. Is it like, what's really going on? You flying out? Why you on the phone speaking French? Like, what is going on? But I really can't say at this moment what's really going on with V, but I do feel like they are doing this just to kind of tug at us a little bit, and that she's really not, you know, like that, I think. Now, child, we also get into long face Teddy. I just be on punch. Teddy has such a punchable face. But Teddy is dealing with the aftermath of course, Amadio is dead. He's dead. He's gone. That murder, you know, the connections that he had not really want anything to do with him anymore. He is trying to get into it with the CIA yet again, and also bask in the fact of that $73 million that he has to throw around. We also have Parissa Pepperoni. She was missing. I just really don't care for her character. I feel like she is weird and they are trying to make fetch happen with her for the sake of Franklin and him, you know, hiring the PI. So I feel like they are trying to build up kind of their connection and their relationship together just so Franklin can come hit him where it hurts and take her out later or threaten or do something like that. But I just really don't care too much for their union or the fact that we find out she has no connection to Ruby and the KGB, and that she just rolled down the hill and just spent the night in jail. But Teddy wants to keep everything in working order and also found out. But Teddy is on a major quest to find out just who Ruby is and who is trying to come after him. Teddy is also acting brand new. I mean, Louis, I need you to tell me what's going on. Why do you need to be fronted so many keys all of a sudden? What is happening? Yeah, Franklin rolled up, took all of our drugs and all of our money. We have nothing. And if we want to continue on further with these deals, I need you to front me these keys and I will pay you back on the back end. Well, you know, yeah, I'll give you about 300. That works. I know you're good for it, but I just don't. Why would he even do that? You know you stole that man money. Like, everybody knows what is going on here. But for Teddy to tell Gustavo, I don't know what's wrong with this family. They just don't seem to have the good sense enough not to tear each other apart. Like, oh, the headache. Like, excuse me? Excuse me. Not Teddy just trying to sit here and resolve himself of all involvement. You ruined this whole family. Like, speaking of Gustavo, when we just saw Gustavo pop up, you know, the family, the kids, and a homegirl is looking at Gustavo like, where did you come from? The phones have been tapped, the house has been bugged, you were, whole ass arrested, and now you are here in my face talking about let's go bowling. I already knew what had happened. I already knew from that point on that Gustavo became an informant. And we all know what happens to informants. Like, no, Gustavo. Oh, I absolutely love me some Gustavo. I hate to see that he has been placed between a rock and a hard place. But we see what we see all the time. Like, you have been involved in the game for a minute. And much like yourself, or Franklin, or even Jerome and Louis, when you feel like, oh, I'm about to be done, I'm out, I don't want to do this anymore, you get pulled back in. You can never just, gather your funds and just walk away off into the sunset with your family. Gustavo is on edge. Like, I told him I didn't answer the phone and he couldn't get in contact with me because we took the son to the hospital. Like, in the system immediately that I took him to the hospital on that night. Get it together, because Teddy does not need to be underestimated. If he finds out I am lying and I am helping you, even just me lying about when and where I was, Teddy is going to take me out. Make that happen now. Then we get into the tensions rising, like when Franklin finally decides to call Jerome, like, yeah, what's up? What we need to, nigga, you know what we need to talk about. Like, like, don't freaking play with me. When he freaking says, like, I'm gonna show you what it is, little nigga, like, stop playing and return my money. And Franklin goes, nigga, I came into this bitch with my eyes open. Like, nigga, like, oh, I was like, oh, the fight words. Like, oh, it's now, of course, as I said, Louis added gasoline to the situation. He pulled a gun on me, this, that, and the third. And Buckley says the block is hot. The police are about to come down on you. When damn Jerome called him stealth and coke, nigga. Like, Jerome is a freaking riot. He is so unintentionally hilarious. But with as much as I love Jerome, the looks and the optics here in this episode were absolutely horrible. We pretty much have Jerome, filled with vengeance, and I have to show you that I am just not your uncle. Just like you're trying to show and prove that you're a threat and you don't have to give us our money back, let me show you what it really is and what I am capable of when it comes to getting my money back. The threat is not these undercover police officers. The threat is not, Buckley, them pulling you over. I am now the vicious threat. To see him beat Beverly in the street and pistol whip her for information that we of course knew that they didn't have. Franklin does not trust anybody. Peaches knew everything, and look what happened to my money then. Like, it was, I really low-key don't have any words. Like, just to see this big black man beat a black woman in the street, like, and you have, the onlookers like, what are y'all doing? Like, stop. You have Dallas yelling, stop, she doesn't know anything. But Jerome just beating her, not only, punched her out with the fist, and then we proceed to just hit her repeatedly with the gun. I hated that. Like, of course I know that this is a complete character change for somebody like Jerome. Like, the fact that he is willing to go this far, especially with a female. Like, Jerome is in no way innocent, but this, I just hated that this was the choice to show that, like, yeah, Jerome has changed. Like, stuff is, up in the ante as far as what the family is willing to do to each other. I was like, we couldn't write nothing else. That's the best thing that we could do. Like, I don't know. How did y'all feel about it? Drop down in the comments. But of course, with us leaving Jerome being absolutely ruthless, like, I think I killed her. Like, you think? Like, we have Sissy deliver the monologue of a lifetime. Like, Sissy said, I'm done. Sissy wants revenge. Like, I want revenge. Sissy wants full-blown revenge. When Sissy says, like, I want to take Teddy down, the fact that he thought that he didn't even have to bother to kill me and I was, disposable, I'm that inconsequential nigga. Like, what? Like, I was like, Sissy! All of our characters have changed so much. Sissy was acting her ass off in that scene. Like, son, I don't have time to play with you. Either you are with them or you he took Alton, and you know, he needs to pay for that. And she is trying to talk. He took Alton, and he needs to pay for that. He needs to go down. But I'm so worried that with Sissy being so blinded by getting her revenge and getting to Teddy and trying to, you know, make sure that she protects Franklin, we are so goddamn trusting with this KGB. But of course, Franklin agrees. He's like, you know, damn, Mama, when you put it like that, I guess we do need to do this. I will definitely meet with Ruby. Lord, when I tell you this was an intense first episode, like, it's getting hot. Well, you guys, that was my review for Snowfall Season 6, Episode 1, The Fallout. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please drop down and tell me what you thought about it. What do you think about this episode in the show moving forward? Like, y'all, this is the last season. This is the last season. I feel like with so many of the shows that I love, especially Black shows, it's a lot of me saying, well, y'all, this is the last season. Like, Black productions and people, come outside. We need some more. We need some more, but it seems like we are headed off to a great start, and I'm looking forward to watching the second episode in 3, 2, 1.